we're going to build a skeleton. Please gather your materials and push pause until everyone is ready.
By now, you should have gathered all your materials. You should have your glue stick and your bag of pasta. Go ahead and dump out your pasta on your desk. Let's get it organized. Inside, you should have one pretzel. You should also have elbow macaroni pasta. Let's count how many there are.
They're little. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Perfect. Next, we're going to look at our penne pasta. Go ahead and count those as well.
They're the long ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Perfect. Last, we're going to count our shells.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Perfect. Pause the video until everyone's pasta is organized. Let's get started building our skeleton. Go ahead and find your pretzel. This will represent your head. The head is also called the skull or the cranium. What does the head hold? Your eyes, your nose, your mouth, and your ears. Go ahead and touch all your parts now. Open your glue stick and put a big piece of glue right where the pretzel should go in the center of your page. Go ahead and place your pretzel on top.
And lightly press down.
Perfect. Pause your video till everyone has their head in place. Next, we are going to place the shoulders. Take 2 of your shells and put them right below the head on opposite sides. Think about where your shoulders are on your body. They're a little bit out from the center of your chin. Go ahead and glue both of your shells down. Pause the video until everyone is ready. Great job! Now we're going to move on to the spine. The spine runs down the center of your back, from the back of your head to your tail. Or wait, we don't have tails. It runs to your bottom. Go ahead and take 2 pieces of penne to create your spine. Glue them in place below the center of your pretzel. They might roll away, so you might need some extra glue for these.
Pause your video until everyone is ready.
Next, we're going to create the upper arms. The bones underneath your upper arms are called the humerus. Let's use 2 pieces of penne pasta to create our upper arms. They will go right behind the shells that were the shoulders. Perfect. Go ahead and glue those in place. Pause the video until everyone is ready. Next, we will build the lower arms using 2 more pieces of penne. Each lower arm actually is composed of 2 bones, the radius, which is on the side of your thumb, and the ulna, which runs the length of your pinky. Go ahead and glue your lower arms to your sheet. Pause the video until everyone is ready with their lower arms. To finish out the arms, what are we missing? Our hands. Let's go ahead and use 2 more shells to create our hands. Go ahead and glue them right below the lower arms. Your hands have 10 fingers, and fingers have a funny name called phalanges. And actually, phalanges are what your toes are called as well. Pause the video until everyone has their hands glued down. The next set of bones we are going to place are your ribs. Humans actually have 12 sets of ribs. However, for this activity, we are just going to do 3 sets. Find all 6 of your macaroni and use your glue stick to put them right next to the spine on either side.
It probably is easiest to just put glue on both sides of your spine, all the way up and down, and just place them on top.
Pause your video until everyone has their ribs glued down. Now let's work on the lower half of the body, starting with your hips. Your hips come right off the bottom of your spine. Use 2 pasta shells to create your hips on either side of the spine. Go ahead and glue them in place. Pause your video until everyone is ready. Our skeleton is really coming together. Let's go ahead and create the legs. The first part of the legs, your upper legs, are called the femur. The femur is one of the thickest, strongest bones in your whole body. If you break your femur, you have really hurt yourself. But don't worry, you'll recover. Go ahead and grab 2 penne pasta to create your 2 femurs. Glue them right below your hips. Pause the video until everyone has their upper legs or femurs glued down. Directly below your upper leg is your knees. Your knees have a kneecap called a patella. Go ahead and use your 2 shells to make your knees or your 2 patellas. Perfect. Go ahead and glue those in place. Pause the video until everyone has their knees or patellas glued down. Our skeleton looks like he just has knees. Where are his lower legs? Let's go ahead and use our remaining pasta to build the rest of his legs. Grab your 2 penne to build the lower legs. Just like the lower arms, the lower legs are made of 2 distinct bones. The tibia, which you might call your shin bone, and the fibula, which is a small bone in the back of your leg. Go ahead and glue down your tibia and fibula in your lower legs. Pause the video if anyone needs more time with this step. Let's finish up our skeleton by adding some feet. Use your 2 remaining shells to create feet. Do you remember what I said your fingers were called? Just like your fingers, your toes are called phalanges. Go ahead and paste down your shells to represent your feet with your 10 phalanges or toes. pause the video if anyone needs more time on any of the steps. You can also rewind if you're stuck on an earlier step. You will have to give your skeleton some time to dry, but while you're waiting, you can go ahead and trace around him so he looks, or she looks, like a human. Go ahead and use one of your colored pencils to trace around. Wow, that looks great. Pause the video if anyone needs more time tracing. Now that your skeleton is finished, let's let it dry. Push it to the side on your desk and turn to page 28 in your journal. Once everyone's on page 28, we'll get started. Pause the video until everyone is ready. While you're waiting, you'll also need to find your colored pencils. We'll be back in a moment. Let's begin coloring. Follow along as I read each part. Go ahead and pick up your red colored pencil. We are going to color the skull red. Go ahead and watch Miss Lindsay do that now. Pause the video if you need more time coloring your skull. Next, pick up your blue colored pencil. We will use this to color the eyes and the nose. Excellent job. Next, pick up your green colored pencil. We will color the arm bones green. Wonderful job. Let's move to the spine. The spine will be colored purple. That looks great. Now let's move to the ribs. The ribs will be colored yellow. Bless you, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Wow, our skeleton's really coming together. Let's move to the lower half of the body. Go ahead and find your orange colored pencil to use for the pelvis. Color the pelvis orange. The pelvis on this picture kind of looks like upside down hearts. Excellent. The leg bones are going to be gray or brown. Go ahead and color the leg bones gray or brown. And last but not least, let's find our black colored pencil to color the hand and foot bones. Remember, we talked about the hands and the feet and the fingers and the toes. Those fingers and toes, remember, have that funny name, phalanges. Great job. Remember, if you need us to slow down, you can always pause the video to spend more time coloring.
Now that you've learned about the human body, it's time to clean up. Start by writing your name on your pasta skeleton. Ask your prone up where the best place for this to dry would be. Then, put your cap back on your glue stick and your colored pencils back into their case.
Did you know that babies have more bones than adults?
Wow, really?
Adults have 206 bones, but babies have about 275.
Wow.
Did you also know that we really don't stop growing until you are about 20 years old?
I guess I'm not growing anymore.
I don't think so. And lastly, if you accidentally break a bone, did you know that the doctor might give you a really cool cast that your friends and family can sign?
Really? I didn't know that. I've never broken a bone before.
Wow, you're lucky, because that can really hurt. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on our next video.